I am very guilty of having some videos recorded yet sitting in limbo that I haven't had the chance to edit and or upload to my social media platforms yet. But I did get a question today about my chicken tractor, and because I haven't actually made a video explaining much about that, I'm going to go into a little bit more detail. So clearly we raise a wide variety of poultry here on our farm. It's small scale, but we still do, we're doing 350 meat birds this year. So we raise our meat birds in a chicken tractor, and it is 10 foot by 10 foot. We reconstructed this back in 2020 because the one that we did have ended up getting totally destroyed. It was made out of cheaper, lighter weight lumber, but it just did not hold up. So this chicken tractor, we have done 13 batches of meat birds out of it. It has held up really well. The downfall, I would say, is that it's relatively heavy. So it can be a little bit more challenging to move just because of the heavier duty lumber that we did use for this. But being that we're on batch, this is actually batch 14 being raised in this tractor, I think we're doing all right. We definitely have made enough money to have it paid off. It's definitely covered itself by now. So this is what our chicken tractor looks like. It is moved with a hand cart, and we have 2 wheels in the back. So those wheels get removed every time that we move this chicken tractor. So every time that we do go to move it, we have to come back here. We put the wheel on, the spindle, the washer, and then the nuts. So that's on both sides. So you do have to pick this up a little bit to be able to put the wheel on it, but it's not that bad. So as far as moving the chicken tractor, I am capable of moving it by myself. I do prefer to use my husband whenever he is available, just because it is relatively heavy. But if you're my size and you have my muscle ability, farm girl tough, you should be able to move it by yourself. It's doable. You don't have to pull it with a tractor. You don't have to pull it with a 4-wheeler or a lawnmower or anything. You should be able to move it by yourself. Now, obviously, we did use chicken wire along the front part here. Hardware cloth would have been a better choice, but when we made this chicken tractor, that was not in our budget at that time. Please keep in mind that we don't have an excessive amount of minks or raccoons, because there are some spots here where if something was determined enough, it definitely would be able to get in. I'm going to walk around the back here. The entire, I would say it's about 2/3 of this chicken tractor is this corrugated plastic. It holds up really well. It's lightweight, thin stuff, and it works great. So, and this is another example right here, like if we had a raccoon or mink, it definitely would be able to get in there. The only predator problems that we have had were foxes, and that was last year. It must have been a family of fox came in and dug under this area on both sides, and I think at one point there was one trying to get in the back, and they did wipe out, I think it was about 15 birds. That was the first batch last spring. We took care of that problem. I think we trapped 1, maybe 2 foxes, and they never came back. We never had a repeat issue with that, and so far this year, we're still good. We still have not had any more predator issues this year. We do have birds of prey that fly around, but obviously they can't get to them. That's not a concern. We get a lot of bald eagles in this area because of the swamp behind us, but again, not a problem. Now these top doors, they literally just clip together, and that's how we keep them up when we're taking care of the birds. And when we're done, it's very easy to put them back down. You want to be careful not to let them slam, because the more that they slam, the less likely they are to last as long. And you can see in here, this corrugated plastic also helps to provide shade for them, obviously, throughout the day, regardless of what time it is. But it also provides shelter for the feed so that when we get rain, it doesn't get wet. Because, of course, we're in New York and we get rain a lot throughout the year. Our max capacity for this chicken tractor is about 60 meat chickens. We find that if we have any more than 60, they start to get a little bit crowded. With the 60 that we typically raise in here, there is no issue with overcrowding or anything. They're very healthy birds. We also get a lot of airflow because we are located in a valley. That also helps to keep them healthy. And although the wind never stops blowing here, it is very good for raising meat chickens. Compared to others who raise meat chickens the exact same way as us, we tend to have less mortalities, and I firmly believe that a part of that is because of the good airflow that we get here. In the hotter parts of the summer, we do usually add a third waterer. You see that there are 2 in here right now. They're the same size. I think they're the 5-gallon waterers, and we have 2 feeders. Another thing that I would like to suggest if you're getting into meat chickens and you are not processing them at your house is investing in chicken crates. So chances are, if you're watching this video in its entirety, you either are already doing this or you're considering doing this and doing research on it. So these chicken crates I purchased in 2018. I think they were around $70 a piece. The shipping on them was free because I always ordered more than one. So I ordered them from Premier One, and as long as I think it was over $100, you got free shipping on your entire order. So Premier One shipped them directly to my door. They were shipped in boxes, so I did have to assemble them, but it was a very simple assembly. It did not take long. They quickly pop in together, the little tabs. There's tabs on them that pop together. And once they're assembled, you cannot break them down. But these are critical if you're transporting your meat chickens to the processor and the processor doesn't have crates for you to borrow, because not every processor does. If you try to put them in a cardboard box, by the time you get them to the processor, they will have pooped so much, unless your processor is literally right across the road, they will have pooped so much that the cardboard box will be dissolving. So please don't ever do that. And these last forever. As long as you take care of them, they should last a long time. I got them brand new in 2018. I think I have 8 of them now. They are great. I can't say enough good about them.